this is just a quick magnetization video on the Harlequin Skyweaver. I'm sorry about the state of the table here. I'm getting ready to move. I'm trying to get as much done as I can before I go, and the lighting is what it is. I've got what I've got. So with that said, this is an incredibly easy magnetization to keep your two options for each bike, two weapons options for the bike and two weapons options for the riders, and that way you don't have to double the number of bikes that you have. I was going to paint this up first, but after I got the black on it, I figured, well, it's easier just to do this while everything is still apart and make it simple. So each bike will require a total of 6 magnets, 3 for the bike and 3 for the rider. For the bike, you'll need 1/8 by either 1/16 or 1/32 magnets. I used 1/32 because they're what I had on hand, but a 1/16 will work just as well. So to actually do the magnetization of the bike, you could possibly get away with not doing it at all because let me get to the front. This has actually got a receptacle for a star-shaped peg, and each of these have a star-shaped peg off of them, and you could just slide them in. But what I found was, while some of them were nice and snug, some of them were kind of loose, so I've decided just to magnetize it to keep it easy. But you could dry fit it, see if you're happy with that, and you just go with it and save 3 magnets. Pretty simple here. All you need is, for the first step, is a pin vise. This is not the right size, but you just have to open up that star-shaped hole a little bit so that the magnet will sit in it, and just with the proper sized drill bit. Really, you're only going to spin it 2 or 3 times, and then you can lay your magnet in. Like I said, I always stack mine so I can keep the polarity straight. Once they're in there, they're really hard to get out, so make sure if you're doing multiple bikes, make sure they're all the same direction. So I do all the bike bodies first, and then I come back and do the weapons. So the weapons are pretty simple as well. All you do is take your clippers, try and be as straight as you can, and then you snip off that star-shaped peg, and then glue your magnets on where the peg was. The only real issue is, if you cut it at an angle, you're going to get a funky direction on your weapon. It'll be sitting off this way or down like that, and that's easy. All you do is pop your magnet back off, because these are easy to get off, and then straighten it out. So then what you have is they just come on and off like that, and then what they look like, this is not glued on yet. You can see it's not even all the way on, but again, you can just put them in there like that, and then swap it out. So pretty simple. You can even see this one's a little bit off, but not enough that I'm going to worry about it. So that's the bikes, and then next are the riders. So you've got 2 weapons. You got the spear and the bola. Each rider takes 3 magnets. They are 1/16 by 1/32 magnets. You can see them here. They're very tiny, very thin, and once they're like the others, once they're in the arm piece, very hard to get out of there. The other tip for these is either put the bodies together one at a time, or put the like parts together, because there is a difference. Each body fits the specific leg, so split them up by numbers, and then the arms go with specific bodies as well. It doesn't really matter except for the bolas, because if you get it with the wrong hand, they look really funny and off. I can tell you from experience. Alright, so similar to the bikes, you start with the arm. You can see it right here. Hopefully this is all in focus. And then what you do is, I took a very tiny drill bit and drilled a guide hole, and really it's like 3 turns at the most. Then I get my proper sized 1/16 bit. Again, 2-3 turns. When I start seeing plastic slide out, I know I'm probably deep enough, then I dry fit it. And if it sticks out a little hair, that's okay. And then you do the same thing with your arms. Like you can see, this one, actually I had two that glued together by accident. But just the same thing, a little guide hole, and then 2 or 3 turns, you start seeing plastic, you're done. And this one, again, I'm going to show you the dirty laundry here. So this is one where I actually did too deep and it popped out the bottom. But it should look more like this one, where it just comes in, or this one, as you can see. But even if you make a mistake, you can see it doesn't really make a huge difference. Just don't go so deep. You come out the other side, and like I said, a couple little turns and you're good. Polarity, extremely important at these, because once they're in there, they're not coming out. Very hard to get out. And then what you have is, you got your spear option, and you got your bola option. Now the bolas do matter which body, because they just look funny if you have the wrong body. But really, I mean, ultimately it doesn't matter. I don't know, probably not. So anyway, that is all you need to magnetize these. A total of 6 magnets per bike, 3 1/8 by 1/32, and 3 1/16 by 1/32. And that is everything you need to have all the weapons options on this jet bike. I will work on the Star Weaver / Void Weaver next. Not sure if I'll get to it before I move, but once I get these painted up, I'll start working on those. So until next time, thanks for watching, and hopefully this helps.